Athletes, you've got a superpower in business that you might not even know that you have. You've got an advantage that most other people don't, and this particular advantage can help you make a lot of money in the world of B2B sales. Here's the thing, most people go to school, might go to university, get a degree, they graduate, they get a job, and so and so and so. You've got a unique story, you're different. You've gone to school, you might have gone to university as well, but at the same time, you might have traveled the world through your sport. You're a pro athlete or a collegiate athlete competing at a very, very high and elite level. You're unique. That is an interesting story, and people love that. People love surrounding themselves with athletes. Use that to your advantage. So just understand the power of your story, right? So first of all, one of the main things to understand is that CEOs and C-suite executives love athletes. A few reasons why. It's funny actually, a lot of CEOs were former athletes one way or another, whether it's in high school, some collegiate, some pro, right? So as an athlete, they resonate with you. There's a bit of a connection there, right? So in sales, when you create connection, you create trust. You're always trying to find subtle ways to connect with somebody and connect and I guess create a bond. So the CEOs that were athletes previously just naturally are going to connect with you more. So, but they need to know that you were an athlete as well. So you got to use that story. The other thing is a lot of CEOs, a lot of C-suite executives are highly competitive, driven, resilient people. They have to be to get to that level. A lot of them actually probably wanted to be athletes growing up but never made it. You did. You became an athlete. And they let their guard down around you. They resonate with your story. They also highly respect the work ethic, the resilience, the drive that you would have had to go through. But most importantly, the discipline as well. CEOs, C-suite executives, successful business professionals who in sales you'll be selling to, they will highly respect you for that. And at the same time, they're kind of like fangirls around you, I guess, because you're an athlete. They want to be around you, they want to hear your story. So don't be afraid to use your story to get ahead. Here's how to subtly throw your story into sales pitches. If initially when you first meet a potential prospect, there isn't a natural way to slide your story, sometimes you might talk about sport or whatnot, you can obviously naturally slide that you were an athlete, when I played collegiate sports, blah, 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 then they'll ask more questions about it. But if you can't find an entry, I guess a subtle entry or a natural entry to talk about your sport, talk about the fact that you were an elite athlete, here's how you usually do it. In sales, there is a structure that you need to run to every meeting, right? And the reason that we run that structure is so you take control of that meeting. You are the expert of this particular product and service. You need to lead the meeting, okay? Even if you're pitching to highly successful CEOs, etc., you're in charge. So for you to control the meeting and be in charge, usually we set an agenda, right? So it's something along the lines of, thank you so much for taking some time to meet with me today. Just to give you a bit of an idea of what I'll talk about today, and I'd love to set some structure into what we'll cover. So first of all, I'm going to give you a quick little rundown of our product and service, just so you got a better idea of what we'll do. Secondly, I'll just give you a quick little rundown of who I am, where I come from, so if we are to work together, you've got a better idea of who you're dealing with. And then finally, and most importantly, I want to learn more about yourself, your business, potential issues you might be having with X, Y, Z, and then see if our particular product or service might be able to help with that. How does that sound? Cool, so you got 1, 2, 3. Perfect. 1, we offer blah, blah, blah. Give that like a 1 minute, no more than 1 minute. Then you go into your personal story, right? So with me, I am a highly competitive individual, and I'm going to work my ass off to make sure that our product or service is delivering the results for you. My natural competitive nature comes from me being a collegiate athlete, a pro athlete, playing pro rugby overseas, playing professional basketball, professional soccer, whatever it is, all my life. And then usually what happens is that person will go, oh, wow, where'd you play? How was that experience? Who'd you play for? And then you start just talking about your story as an athlete, what you did, and the conversation all of a sudden, usually my experiences and with other athletes as well, like I guess you've set a bit of an agenda, you're being really professional, they kind of let their guard down straight away. And it's a 45-minute conversation about sport. That's where trust is built, right? Even if it's not, even if they're time poor and they're like, well, I love that story, but yeah, keep going. I'd love to actually get into that a little bit more later. It just straight away, the respect factor, the trust factor just is tenfold by simply throwing in, I was a pro athlete, or I was a collegiate athlete. Trust me, people respect that. People get around that. So those are some of the ways that you can use your story, but just always be aware of it. Sprinkle it on your LinkedIn profile as well. The other way you can sprinkle your story into your sales pitches is when you're connecting with C-suite executives, decision makers, look for evidence on their profiles that there might have been an athlete in the past, right? So it's usually in the experiences section or even in the education section. You'll see they might have played sport in high school, college, or whatnot. Send them a connection request and then add a note. And all you do in that note is, great to see another athlete become a successful business professional. Are you still involved with rugby, with basketball, with soccer, football, lacrosse, whatever it is? Insert the sport that you see in their profile. They'll usually accept your connection because it's unique, it's different. Like, they'll also look at your profile. Who's this person asking me if I'm still playing XYZ sport? How did they know that I played? It's in their profile, right? They'll see your profile. Whoa, pro athlete, semi-pro athlete, collegiate athlete. They'll connect with you. They'll write back to you. Hey, thanks for reaching out. I don't play rugby anymore. Blah blah. Awesome. And then you then follow up with another message and just start having a natural conversation. Grab a coffee. It's just another way, using social selling, to extrapolate your story out there and your athlete brand, using it as an advantage to get ahead in sales. Hope that helps. If I can help you in any other way to use your story to get ahead in sales, get in touch with me on LinkedIn, send me a DM, an email, alex@athletetobusiness.com.au. I'll be happy to help.